Hey everybody, and welcome back to another class with Teacher Melody from the United States of America. And today we are going to continue with sentence structure, step by step. All right, and this time we are on part 7 of conversational sentences, how to structure them with anyone. So if you'll remember, a conversation is an informational exchange. For what? Who remembers what are some reasons or some purposes you would need an informational exchange? Anybody? Anybody? Haha. To give or receive information, ask a question, understand something, to make a statement, to perform a task, to build a relationship, to make a purchase, or to get directions. Your step number 1, you want to think of your overall idea. What do you want to communicate? Is it a question or is it a statement? Are you expressing or do you need help? So you're going to start with either a statement or a question. Step number 2, who remembers our 3 considerations, the first 3 things we think about? Yes. Who is speaking, or who are you speaking about? What are they doing? And how, where, when, and why are they doing it? We added step number 3, which is our timing. So we've got the past, the present, or the future timing. So when is this happening? How do we turn a question or a statement into a question? By using who, what, where, when, why, and how. The same things that we use in details. Another way to do this is by flipping the verb and the pronoun. Is she leaving? Who is leaving? How do you turn it into a negative? By using not. We also talked about 3 ways to start a conversation. You can start with a question. You can start with scripts or things that you already know, phrases that you already know, or just simple phrases, ones that don't need answers. Step number 4, what is your tone? Someone you do know, it's casual or informal. If it's someone you don't know, it's polite or formal. We use words like can and could. So can is going to be our more informal. Could is our more formal. We also use may. May is for polite when asking permission or a request. We use things like, could you please tell me? I would like to know. Could anyone tell me? Would you happen to know? Remember, these are polite for people that we don't know. We talked about using phrases with I and you, which are the active versions. I could, you could. Passive, we and it. We would, we could. May we? It may. May I help you? Could you weigh these carrots, please? Could we buy some tomatoes, please? Could we try some melon? I don't know. It may be a mistake. It may do us harm or good. It may be a problem. We talked about conversation tips. So using people's name. Hello, Melody. It's nice to see you, Melody. Looking them in the eye. And also using your smile. Remember that your face and your hands can help you explain your message. Then we started with synonyms. What is a synonym? Synonyms are same. Words that mean the same or similar. Things like nice and pleasant, or great, fantastic, happy, merry, pretty, gorgeous. If you are finished, that is the end. If it is large, it is also big. If you are exiting, you're leaving. If it's a present, it's also a gift. If it's your job, it's also your occupation. If it's a baby, it's also an infant. If you choose, you also select. If you help, you also assist, like an assistant. Things that you can say instead of therefore, consequently. One that I like to say, so, you know what happens next. Explain. These are words that we used in class a lot. Demonstrate, to show, to explain by doing. Describe, maybe to explain by words. Explain the game that you came up with. Explain your party. Illustrate, this means to draw. And give details like how, when, where, why. Synonymous phrases or phrases that mean the same. Pleased to meet you. Glad to meet you. Nice to meet you. Because remember, nice and glad are synonyms. They're the same. This is how we can use lots of different words to say what we're trying to say. If you can't remember one, go with the one you know. Keep it simple. I esteem that. Have you heard of self-esteem? It's what I think about myself. Examples, like you hear this in American speech all the time. You know, like blah, blah, blah. You know, like, in other words, or such as, for instance, to illustrate. Remember, this means to give an example, to draw out, to explain. So your homework was to choose 12 words, 3 from each section, and give me a synonym. So let's go over what these words are synonymous with. Did you choose any of these words? Occur. It happened. It occurred. Old. Ancient. It's an opportunity, so it's a chance. If you use a page, you use a sheet. Beautiful. Pretty. Peaceful. Quiet. If you reject, then you deny. Comes up on your phone, accept, deny, deny, do not accept. If you rest, you relax. If you're wealthy, you may be rich. If it's rough, it could be coarse. If it's round, it's also circular. If you're sad, you're not happy, you're unhappy. And a rug is a carpet. Did you come up with any of these? We'll check your work. Next one. To ask is to inquire. To mix is to blend. Sick is ill. Sincere, honest. Slim, thin. Small, tiny. Smart, clever. Taxi, cab. If you trust, you believe in fairies. Unfortunate is unlucky. Value is its worth, the value of money or the worth of this money. If you want, you desire. If it's wonderful, it's amazing. And if you write, you also record. Attractive is appealing. If you accomplish, you achieve. If you admit, remember facing the music, you confess. If it's alike, same, same. If you help, you assist. If it's awful, it's also terrible. If you begin, then you start. If it's big, then it's large. If you buy, then you also purchase. If it's in the center, it's in the middle. If it's a child, we call them a kid. If you choose, you select. If you finish, you complete. If it's yummy, it's delicious. And if you leave, you depart. Did you choose any of those? We've got one more. Again, if you end, then you finish. If it's enormous, then it's huge. If it's fast, then it's quick. I don't like this one, but if you're a fool, then you're an idiot. Not a nice one to use. If it's fun, you enjoyed it. If it's garbage, then it's trash. If you gather, then you collect. Present is a gift. Excellent is good. If you help, you assist. If it's a thought, could be an idea. If it's interesting, it could be exciting. If you're kind, you could be helpful. If you giggle, you also laugh. And if you listen, you might hear. Did you choose any of these? You might have more. Let me know what else you have. Similes. Remember, these are similar, but use as or like to compare. So, busy as a bee. She's busy like a bee. She sparkles like a diamond. She's hungry like a bear. Flat like a pancake. And hard as a rock. Remember, with similes, you are assuming or you're taking into account that someone understands a bee, so they would understand busy. They understand a diamond, so they understand sparkle. They understand hungry because they understand as big as a bear. Okay. Other similes. I'm feeling as fresh as a daisy. John runs as fast as lightning, like Flash. My little sister works as slow as a turtle. Without my glasses, I am blind as a bat. Right now, I feel sick as a dog. When she kissed me, I turned as red as a tomato. My brother acts like a monkey. My sister is as quiet as a mouse. Some mice aren't quiet. She eats like a pig. We are just two peas in a pod. And you're as playful as a kitten. We came up with similes using as and like. So let's do a couple of these. So what could you be as happy as? What is something that you put? Some common ones. Happy as a clam. Happy as big as a house. Let's see. As strong as an ox. I'll give you the ones I know. As shiny as a diamond. That's a good one. Okay. As pretty as a flower. As mean as a hornet. As hard as a rock. What's another one? As hard as a brick. As cute as a kitten. Or as cute as a... Ooh, I like this one. This is my nickname. As mad as a hatter. Do you know that one? It's from Alice in Wonderland. I guess you could also say as mad as a... You could also say as mad as a hornet. They seem pretty mad sometimes. As funny as... What's something that's pink? There's flowers. Oh, this is a flower we have. It's called peony. It's a little pink flower. I guess you could say a rose. It's pink as a rose. As cold as ice. She's as cold as ice. Willing to sacrifice. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Okay, so now we are going to make a simile using like. Let's see what this one is. As sad as rain. Sad like rain. Rain's not really sad, but small like a... Help me out. Small like a... You want to come back to that one? Okay. Eats like a horse. Eats like a pig. Eats like a rabbit. Let's see. Dark like a black hole. Dark like a night. Dark like a cave. I guess your room could be dark like a cave. My room was dark like a cave. Sounds like a marching band. Do you know this one? Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Oh, or loud like a parade. Remember parade? Like the Macy's parade. Smells like a fish. Smells like a dirty sock, maybe? Dirty socks are pretty bad. Or it could smell like a rose. Could be a good smell. All right, it could be soft like velvet. It could be soft like a rabbit. Could be soft like a rabbit. Could be soft like clouds. This bed is soft like clouds. He has hands like a giant. He has hands like a bear. He has hands like, maybe they're little hands, a T-Rex. T-Rex, little hands. Crazy like, crazy. What's something that's crazy? Do you know this one? Tasmanian devil. Woo! He's like crazy like a tornado. Crazy like a cyclone. Okay. Focused. Like a, what's something that's really focused? Or what's something that's really not focused? Remember, you can use a simile as something similar, like it is like this, or it is not like this. So if it's focused like a laser, lasers have to be focused. Fan. We'll come back to that one. Purple. What is something that's purple? Purple like a plum. Some plums are purple. Hot like fire. Hot like fire. Hot like lava. That cake was hot like lava. Woo! Okay, let's go back to small. What is small? Small like a ant. She was small like an ant. She was small like a bird. She was so small, like a bird. Like a baby. More like a baby. So you may have some different ones, but here's some examples that I know. So, good job, everybody. Good job. Great job. Yay! Okay, so let's move on to another form of speech that you can use in conversations. It's used every day. Metaphor. So a metaphor means meta is in between. So a metaphor is a phrase that compares between two things. This one does not use like or as. This uses is. So it's using the verb to be. I am or I was. You are, you were. It is, it was. She is, she was. It can also be in the future, so she will be, but generally it's going to be past or present. So notice we don't have like or as. It's just directly. This is this. So it's still a comparison, but it's between two things. Life is a roller coaster. Life is a roller coaster. Remember that you're assuming that someone understands roller coaster. That means it goes up and down. My memory is cloudy. The room is a dark cave. Remember, we said this one, but remember in a simile, it's the room is like a dark cave. In a metaphor, the room is a dark cave. Her eyes are a deep blue. Like the ocean would be simile, or a deep blue ocean is a metaphor. Stars are diamonds in the sky. They are diamonds in the sky. A simile would say stars are like diamonds in the sky. Another thing with metaphors is if it starts with a noun is adjective. His skin is leathery. It's a description. So if it has a modifier, it is just a description. To be a metaphor, it is a direct comparison between two things. His skin is leather. Doesn't make sense, right? Unless you understand leather. His skin is leathery. He has leathery skin, but his skin is leather, is another noun. Okay. Some more examples of metaphors. Your friend George is a big baby. He's such a baby. You're my guardian angel. That girl over there is one beautiful fox. She's not really a fox. And it wouldn't say that girl over there looks like a beautiful fox or is like a beautiful fox. She is one beautiful fox. And there again, life is one long roller coaster. The sun was a gleaming pearl. My sister's memory is a camera that remembers everything. You could also say my sister's memory is a camera. And then you would think, huh, I wonder what that means. Okay, so the difference, like we talked about, a metaphor is an expression that describes one word or phrase with a direct comparison between the two. So is noun, okay? Simile is an expression with like or as, comparing two similar things. So the simile, Mike is a teddy bear, or Mike is as soft as a teddy bear. But when you say Mike is a teddy bear, metaphor, the boy is like a pig. He is messy as a pig. The boy is a pig. What about this one? Her heart is like gold. Her heart is like gold. Is it a metaphor or a simile? Simile, very good. Her heart is as good as gold. Is this a metaphor or a simile? Good as gold. Simile, very good. The world is like a stage. Simile. The world is a stage. Metaphor. Very good. She eats like a pig. Simile. She is such a pig. He is such a pig. Sorry. Metaphor. Your eyes shine like sunshine. Simile. So think simile separate, but same separate. You are my sunshine. Think metaphor, between. That bread was hard as a rock. Bread, hard as rock. Same, but separate. You are a rock of courage. Metaphor. Okay. Remember we talked about using these metaphors, similes, idioms to help make your conversations more fun. But keep it simple. Use the ones you know what they mean. Use the synonym word that you know what it means. If you can't think of the word great, go with very good. If you can't think of the word happy, go with fun. Or you can also use the opposite. So remember to think of the words that you know, but have fun with it. So this is when we pull it all together. Remember this idiom? Couch potato. So if you say someone is a couch potato, someone is a couch potato, it's a metaphor. But if someone is like a potato, then it's a simile. So an idiom can be a metaphor or can be a simile. They're just, remember, idiom is just to refer to an idea in a culture where you can make anything a simile like this, or a metaphor. We're like two peas in a pod. Is that a simile or a metaphor? This is an idiom. We're like two peas in a pod. We're besties. Like. So it's a simile. Good job. What about these? I feel as free as a bird. Is it a simile or a metaphor? As free as a bird. Simile. Good job. Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. Is it a simile? A metaphor? It's neither, right? Bite your tongue. You're not comparing. He is a shining star. Metaphor. Your brain is a computer. Metaphor. He was treated like a king. Simile. You are my sunshine. Metaphor. Very good, everybody. Great job. Okay, so next time we will talk about idioms, metaphors, similes. We've already put those together. Next time we're going to dive into analogies. So an analogy is another comparison, but it's a little bit more elaborate. Okay, so we've learned how an idiom refers to an idea, a simile, two separate things that are the same or compared, and a metaphor, it's the bridge between them. So they're directly compared. And next time, we'll go into analogies that compare bigger ideas. And I'll see you next time.